Okay.
Anyways, can we all take in my shirt? Chicken Jackie!
Oh my God,
It's
cannot.
an extra large kids. It's an extra large kids.
There you go. Good job. You're too close when you don't need to be, and far away when you need to be.
That's my life.
You're just like, I'm going to breathe heavily into this when I shouldn't be.
That's how my life has been for the last 42 fucking years.
When I'm reading a story, you're like, sounds like I'm filming with Bigfoot. And then when you're talking, you're like, I'll just tell the story from afar.
And just so we're clear, I've had nasal surgery, and I don't mean I had a nose job, because if I did, it'd be prettier than this. I had my septum replaced. Not because it was crooked, and my nose has never been broken. It's because I live in Florida, and I'm allergic to everything, and spent the first 30 years of my life blowing my nose. So my septum, like the guy when he went in for the first time, he couldn't get the camera up the left side of my nose. It like just stopped.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
And I still to this day, 12 years? Yeah, 12 years. How old is the oldest? 14. 13 years later, and I still cannot breathe through my nose. And people always give me shit when I'm running. They're like, breathe through your nose. I will pass out and die if I try to breathe through my nose. You should run with
those magnet things on.
It doesn't work.
Even when you're running?
I sweat too much.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like the night strips are hanging on for their dear life at night because I'm in premenopause and I sweat.
How are you?
Can you explain the hot flashes during the middle of the night?
Could be from all the alcohol.
It only happens twice a week.
Okay. Maybe you drink heavier on those nights.
Fuck you.
Okay. Anyway, I'd like to get into our beer. Sam picked this up. It's probably going to taste... Everyone we've had from here is
Gave
terrible.
me the shits.
The Voodoo Ranger, all of these we've tasted on the show are never good. It says G-Force Supercharged Juicy IPA.
It's the only thing I could find at Publix without having to make it... The Winn-Dixie liquor store has nothing.
Yeah, none of them do. You have to go to like the beer... like
Brody's or like that Wild Whiskey or Whiskey Wild or whatever it is. Maybe they have something. I don't know.
It doesn't look bad. It says 11% alcohol.
The last time I had a Voodoo beer, I shit my brains out for 2 days.
Thanks for sharing with the group.
You're welcome.
All right, let's give this puppy a try here.
Cheers.
I smelled it.
I smell mango.
Ugh. It's not good. God, these things are bad. It tastes like juice. Juicy IPA.
Oh, I can't even burp it so...
IPAs.
Oh.
That doesn't really say what kind.
11%. Like, you have to really hate life to drink that.
I don't know. I mean,
like, you've had to have a day where you just want to go home and slam your dick in the door to drink that. I need to cleanse, but I don't need to shit my brains out all week.
All right. No, maybe I'll funnel them after.
Funnel it?
Later in the podcast.
Make it move through the intestines faster? No.
All right. Not good, Voodoo Ranger. Hard pass on that. I don't even know if I can drink that.
Why'd you pick mango or papaya? What's...
Papaya?
Papaya or peach? You have something of those three things that I don't like.
All right. Well, let me get into the main thing we're doing tonight. We have a special guest I'm going to call. Okay. It's our first interview.
I'm so excited.
Other than your dad, which was like episode 4 or 5, which was funny too.
But it's so funny. He was like texting her or messaging her. Yeah. And I was like, who is she? And he was like, well, actually, she's...
For the podcast. Don't worry. So I'm going to give her a call and...
Is she waiting for us?
Yeah, I texted her, told her we're about to give her a call. So...
Oh, this is so cool.
I'm excited. I am.
Oh, God. Is this going to make us go, like, famous? And
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm excited.
If she answers.
Hey, is this Catherine?
This is she.
Hey,
guys.
hey,
How you doing?
hey, good. It's Cody and Sam. So, I was telling Sam a little bit about. We were just talking about it on the podcast, and like we were talking about through the messages. I said this is really the first interview / guest we've had on. But your story, I read. Like I'm always looking for stuff on Reddit, and when I read it, I was like, I gotta see if she'll tell the story on the podcast. And I haven't told Sam what this is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam. Oh my god, that's so fun. I love it.
Yeah, so I've tried to get multiple people on. People like, I think it was in Ghost Stories, I believe is what it was, the sub. But like, I've tried to get people like there's like I kind of told you we do a lot of different stuff, but there's like Bigfoot stories or like Dogman, all these like cryptid things, and like even like ghost stories and stuff. And I've tried to get people and they're like, I don't want to come on a podcast. And I was like, well, we don't have to use your name. Like nobody's gonna know who it is, you know. And
Yeah, my phone's like, you need to put a voice filter on this because who knows?
yeah.
It's just a good story.
Well,
you know?
that was kind of what I like. I'm like, if you're gonna post it on Reddit, I would think it would be okay if it's on a podcast. We're not gonna give out your home address or anything. So like, I mean, but
I'm not that interesting, I promise.
no. But
Oh no, you're very interesting because I love paranormal, like ghost stories. Like I grew up with that, so I'm very intrigued.
So I guess let's do this. If you don't mind, just kind of, I mean, really, if you just want to kind of tell the story from kind of what you posted on Reddit. I know it happened when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, so my father had passed when I was 9. And I turned, I think, 10 or 11 that, a couple summers later and met my friend Taylor. So this was, and like her sister was friends with my sister. And then she's like, well, our little sisters can play together. So like, I had to meet her essentially. And I love her. We're still best friends. But it's kind of like one of those meetings where, you didn't foresee it coming. You were just going on because like your little sister, you had to go anywhere. So it kind of just like happened, that friendship. We didn't meet at school or anything. So it was kind of, it was fun in that way that we were going over there as sisters together and just spending time over there. She had a pool, so like that's where you want to be as a kid.
Right.
And, she's like little by little like, hey, so like my house is like kind of haunted. I'm like, what? That's my first time ever experiencing something as like, as a human. I was like, I'm never, like my family's not into that. I don't know, my dad was Catholic, my mom was Christian. We went to church regularly. I didn't watch scary movies. And, I wasn't just, that wasn't exposed to me at that point. So when she was like telling me that, I was like, oh no, Jesus.
Well, let me.
I don't believe in anything anymore.
How old were you
but,
guys? Did you say?
I think she's a year older, 2 years older than me. I believe at the time I was like 12.
Yeah.
Going on 13.
That seems about the right age to have some fun at a sleepover.
Yeah, I mean, now that I know everything I know, and I've been way more into that, kind of like launched my intrigue into the spiritual world and like just things that you don't, things that you can't see, you can't explain. The ookie spookies. Now I consider myself an ookie spooky person.
Right.
I think it's because of this experience. And a lot of other weird shit happened. Can I curse on this?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've watched any of our episodes, but it's highly inappropriate. It's a lot of drinking and swearing from my wife. So.
Yeah. I have a very dirty, inappropriate mouth. Don't worry.
I love it. Curse like a sailor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right on. Okay.
And drink like
when I
one
was,
too.
5 years old when I asked my dad, like, because he let me watch a whole bunch of like ridiculous shit when I shouldn't have when I was a child, and I was like, Dad, can I say the word bastard? Because he let me watch like a lot of Austin Powers. He was like, absolutely not. See, well, I mean, Austin Powers has it.
Well, that was one of my questions I was going to ask. I mean, it said like if you grew up in a religious household, so that's kind of ties into some of this stuff sometimes, but it was kind of interesting to hear you say that they were both kind of religious as you were growing up.
Yes, but they never like you wouldn't know if you walked into the house.
Right.
You know, like we weren't overly or outright religious. We just had beliefs, and you know, they believed in going to church. They were raised that way.
Right.
Family came from New York. My New York family, very, very religious Catholics. My dad, not so much. He kind of converted to Christianity when he came to Ohio, when my family moved. But and then I was born in Ohio. I was the last one of 6. So. You know, they're like, of course, this last one cannot be born in any place cool.
Right.
Like
right.
New York. It has to be Ohio. Here I am. In the Midwest. Living a terrifying childhood, pretty much. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so... when going to church when I was a kid, I hated going... Like, it just made me uncomfortable going into the big amphitheaters.
Yeah.
We went to, like, you know, not that... I wouldn't say mega churches, but, like, somewhere in between. And it just always made me really uncomfortable as a kid. So I would just kind of like have an excuse like, oh, I want to go babysit the children. I don't want to be in this bullshit. This is crazy.
Right.
It just made me feel like, I don't know, just out of my comfort zone, alarming maybe. I wasn't like scared. It was just like very uncomfortable. Didn't like it. So I've never really been into church. I mean, I was for a second when I was like a teenager because it was like popular with my friends.
Right.
And then as an adult, I was like, oh yeah, this is just to keep you in line. This is just to keep you down or repressed, reformed. So, yeah, I became a cool adult. I don't believe in anything.
Well, let me ask you this. So, you guys, she said she had the house she was, I guess your friend was living in was haunted, right? So, did she go into details about, like, stuff she had seen or anything, or?
Oh, God, yeah. She was, like, one of those people that's like, yeah, my house is haunted, and this is kind of just, like, our everyday life, and I want to scare the shit out of you.
So she's like, hey, why don't you come sleep over? Let's do that.
Yeah. And I, like...
Light us a feather, sip us a board.
And, like, a comforting blanket with me. Like, I couldn't go without my things to protect me, you know? And I remember the first night sleeping over at her house. There's the Great Dane.
Yeah, she told me she was dog sitting a Great Dane. So if we heard dogs barking, it's fine. She's not being attacked. It's just the dog barking.
Yeah, he's just 160 pounds of love.
Yeah.
I swear, I promise. Anyway, come on, Drano. I know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I have company too. Come on, buddy. I know. You want to come inside? Come on. Okay. So yeah, the first night I stayed over her house, I had like my teddy and my blankie, and I was like promptly like 12 or 13. Like I was too old to be having those things, but they protect me from her evil house.
Right.
So we went to bed, and I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I drink perpetually way too much water before going to bed, always and forever. Get up, go to the bathroom, and I'm kind of like disoriented. You know when you wake up in somebody's house for the first time without ever being there, and you're like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
As a kid, it's a little more scary, and you're like, that's right, I'm having a sleepover. So I'm kind of standing in her hallway, a little dazed, coming out of the bathroom, and be like, which door is hers? And she has a hallway mirror, and I see something run behind me in the hallway mirror, and kind of like into the bathroom.
Oh no.
That's behind me. So then it's just like a really quick shadow. But it's enough for me to notice.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, fuck no. So then I like bolt to her bedroom, I'd go to bed and just kind of forget about it all. Time goes on, nothing is like super spooky. She tells me scary shit. Like her sister's necklace will go missing. And this like entity that kind of lives in their house likes to steal shit and put it other places just for funsies. And they'll be like, all right, come on, like, I know you have it, I need it, I have, well, you know, a date tomorrow, please give it back, please give this piece of jewelry back, and then it'll be on their, like, dresser the next day.
Yeah.
And it could be, like, you know, sisters playing jokes on each other, but one time they witnessed, and I believe her with her reaction, they witnessed, like, a particular necklace, they heard the sound of it, like, dropping onto the floor, and they turn around and it's there.
Well, did she say, like, had something happened in the house or anything like that they knew about, or she didn't know?
They knew. I don't know. So they were doing it. All right, let me start. So this is a house that was, I think, made back in like the 50s,
Yeah.
40s or 50s,
Okay.
roughly. This is in the 2000s, so they're doing reconstruction on it. And her family does this for a living. So they're tearing down walls, tearing open shit, and they find this old piece of newspaper of that house back in the 70s, I believe, where this a husband came home to his wife cheating on him. He shot the guy, shot the wife, shot himself, all in what is today like her sister's like bedroom.
Oh God.
Dead. So
just nightmare fuel.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And a lot of rage, and a lot of anger.
So, usually, this is like along with other ghost stories. Normally, they don't like when you start renovating and doing stuff like that. Like I've heard other stories.
They don't like you to change their
where
foundation.
Stuff like that starts happening is when you're renovating and changing, or somebody new moves in and stuff like that. So it's like it sparks it.
Like they don't like where a chair goes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they were shitty about some curtains at one point, and her mom, being pregnant with like her older sister at the time, just like putting up new curtains, taking the old ones down, or changing something out, and they just like shoved her off the ladder.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like she tripped; she was pushed.
This is literally a scary movie to the point where you're like, you gotta move, you gotta get out of there. Like.
They did not. No, her still live there today.
Oh
yeah.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do they
usually like move over time, but nah, man, they're good. They settle.
Do the ghosts or whatever you want to call them? Do they mess with them still to this day?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Doppelgangers, sea mimics. Like, somebody walks by you with a certain color shirt on, you call for them, they're not wearing that shirt. Like, and they were never wearing that shirt before.
Wow.
So it's stuff like that still happens. Energies that feel really sour or bad. Things will be left open. That was another one that was like, oh.
Yeah.
We're downstairs in the basement. They have a finished basement, watching TV. And you hear people walking around upstairs, and they, yell for mom, dad, are you up there? Nobody's up there. And like, come on in. Look. Bruno, you're just gonna have to just calm down. It's gonna be fine. Alright. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, puppy. You know what this is. Yeah, good boy. Old. Alright. He's like an 8-year-old Dane, and he can't really smell or see much really anymore.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he gets anyway. He's interesting, to say the least. Okay, let's check on my own situation. Here we go. Okay. So, anyways, fuck, where was I at the story?
I guess just that, like, that they still had stuff going on, like, now, like, as they still live there. But I'm still kind of curious about, like,
basement. Yeah.
What you saw after the mirror.
yeah. So there was.
It was crazy. I'm so sorry you connected to my Bluetooth. I'm going to turn that off.
That's okay.
Happen again? Okay.
But I was gonna say, like, your story.
Like after the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, like it sounded like you had multiple sleepovers, kind of in your story, right?
Yeah, and this one has different friends too. So, and I think ever since we did the Ouija board at the friend that I was just talking about, like, her creepy house and haunted house and multiple murders and suicide, and that's where we did the Ouija board. So ever since then, when I was like around 11 or 12, weird shit just has been following me and happened to me ever since. My others, like, when you grow, change, and get new friend groups. In middle school, I had a different friend group. One of my friends, unfortunately, had seen her father, like, die. So, and ever since then, she's been seeing weird things. She'll see his ghost randomly just kind of, like, hanging around. She senses spirit. She's very sensitive to that world, and she saw her dad unfortunately pass when she was very, very young.
Yeah.
So this has been happening her entire life. He took his own life. It was very sad. So, flash forward, I'm in junior high with them. I'm kind of jumping around the timeline. And the Ouija board story back when I was, 11, 12, however old, I didn't really believe in it. I was kind of just like, well, yeah, let's do it. She wants to do it. Why not? I want to be cool, So we start playing the game, and she says I feel like she wanted to creep me out / set the mood. So she, lights a candle, turns off all the lights. We're sitting down on the floor in front of her bed, and wood floors, old creaky bed with a really bad box spring. So you could hear when you even kind of accidentally graze the bed.
Right.
So we're sitting down, and we get, we start asking these girly questions who am I going to marry one day, and when will I have kids, and how many kids will I have, and things that 12 and 13-year-olds want to know. But my dad had recently passed, and that grief was still kind of lingering around. So eventually I get around to is my dad here? Do you know my dad? And then we start getting some movement on the board, and saying yes, no, I'm not your dad. I'm not here. I'm not your dad. I do know him. Is he in a good place? Yes. And then I say, are you here with us? And it says yes. And that's when shit gets really weird. And the energy, the feeling in the room got really heavy and really, really intense. And then there's just this sound, and we look over to our shoulders, and the fucking bed that we're sitting in front of has this U shape where this person's ass would be.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, fuck no. This person, it's like they're almost sitting watching us play. So I freak out immediately. I don't close out the session, do nothing of that nature, except I didn't know to. I don't know if she knew to, but it didn't happen regardless. I hop over her, turn on the light, and I was like, we can do anything else, but we're not doing this anymore. I'm done with that. So, AQ feelings. We go on with the night. We get in bed. At the time, she had a small poodle dog that kind of just followed us everywhere and would sleep with us in bed. So she gets in bed with us, and she's growling and kind of low underneath her breath, growling and kind of humphing at something in the corner of the room where the door is, the foot of the bed. And my friend's just I'm good. She's not, there's nothing there. She's fine. She's being silly. She's being ridiculous. I'm almost going to sleep. So she pulls the dog towards her, kind of gets her to settle. And I'm like, I don't know, that's fucking weird, man. She's definitely something at the foot of the bed. You just have that feeling when someone's watching you. Yeah. And then you turn around, or you turn the corner, or you see somebody across the parking lot, and they're yeah, for sure watching you. Yeah. That's kind of what it felt like. So then, pull up the covers to my face, and again, I'm a scaredy cat, not really familiar with this type of stuff, just a baby. And I just feel the sensation as I'm trying to just calm myself down, go to sleep, squeeze my eyes shut, nothing's there. I kind of feel the sensation of somebody walking up around in the side of my bed and just hover over me, stand over me. So there is something absolutely beside me, without a doubt. And if I look, I'm going to see something. And I'm just scared shitless. Keep my eyes shut. Eventually, I fall asleep, and right before I'm about to fall asleep, I hear a gun go off in my ear, like a shotgun being cocked, and go off. And I open my eyes immediately. I sit up, and this dog is losing its absolute mind. And I'm please wake up. I'm shaking the shit out of my phone. Wake the fuck up, dude! Something is there with us. She tells me to fuck off and go back to bed in a very lovely way, and I do that. And then I don't sleep several nights at her house. So that was all this Ouija board night. Ever since then, weird things have been happening. So I get to junior high with my friends, a friend who's, saw her father pass away. And we're having a slumber party. Everything is fine. The whole night was normal until we get to bed. And we're getting settled in, and the bed's only big enough for two of us. One of us has to sleep on the floor, so we all take turns, and it was my night. So I get settled on the floor. Two girls are up in the bed. Everyone's quiet. We go to sleep pretty fast. But I feel this undeniable, something watching me. Something is here. And I can't tell what. And I don't know what. And I hear this just like, and I feel like it's only me hearing it. It might be my head. I don't know. I might be crazy. I have no idea. But it's like this insidious, like, witch cackling in your ear and getting closer and scratching and scratching. And so I get freaked out to the point where, like, I feel like there's a weight in my chest. I have to get up. So I get up and I squeeze in the middle of my friends and I'm like, guys, like, something's not right. Something's freaking me out. My one friend is sensitive to the other side. She kind of wakes up and she's like, I don't want to freak you guys out, but there is somebody sitting in the corner of the room. And I was like, oh, great. Okay. Who the fuck is it? And she's like, I don't know. But, like, he's here for, like, he's attached to you. I was like, oh, great, fantastic, even better. And I'm just, like, kind of still hoping and, like, wishing that it's my father. I'm still going through the grieving process, a young girl. So I feel like that absolutely, like, attracted something to me, in a sense, as well, because of how open I was. And mind you, I didn't close out that Ouija board session years ago. So, and my mom was pissed after that.
And that's the thing, like, I've heard people where they say, like, the whole, like, you mentioned that, but, like, the whole closing out of the board is, like, where
how do you close it out? I need to close it out.
It's like where you end a session or something and you basically say, like, you know, I don't want, you know, any of these entities or spirits to follow me. There's like a process basically where you're like turning it off.
But when you're 12 or 13 or 14 years old and you do it at a sleepover, you don't think to say that. And now it's all, you are basically resonating to my trauma because I feel like I see people in our bedroom every night.
So Sam has like the same thing where like she wakes up and feels like somebody's watching her and stuff like that.
And as a teenager like you, I did the Ouija board. I did the whole stand in the mirror in your bathroom and say Candyman, Candyman, Candyman over and over again. And like we did all that stupid shit as teenagers, but I feel like we have invited demons.
Well, that's what they like.
But hold on. So I had this thought for just a second. My thought is some of us moms and females that are crazy. Yeah. We did this stupid shit when we were younger.
Okay, and that's what made you crazy.
And that's what made us crazy. But some of the girls you see on Instagram or the people you meet out that are so wholesome that don't know about this never did it.
Maybe
that's my take now. That's my ultimate take.
Well, I mean, I've heard a lot about the whole closing it out, and I've heard like because I listen to a lot of podcasts that are about ghost stories and stuff like this, and there's so many of them that start with a Ouija board, and then even like in a house that didn't have anything happen, and it's like it opens some kind of portal or something.
Shit. We have a Jumanji board.
Jumanji's not the same thing. That's a board game. But I mean I've heard that. So let me ask you this: do you still have stuff that you like? I don't want to
like. Does it
like,
still
entities or whatever that you still see?
Does it still happen to you all these years later?
No, and I think for a couple reasons. I mean, yes, weird shit has happened recently, as in my adult years. Stuff like okay, my friend and I, the most notable one. I'm used to shadow people. Sorry, my friend's like, my friend. He's my fucking husband. Anyway, my friend. He's like, shadow people. No. So, my friend and I were standing in her very, very small kitchen. I mean, like, take 4 steps forward and 4 steps the other way, and, like, you got the whole kitchen. Very small. And we're just chit-chatting. I think I was making food for a book club. And she was helping me put together sandwiches, little thingy sandwiches. And this aluminum foil half pan that was sitting on top of her fridge, I mean, like, fucking shoots off the top of her fridge and lands perfectly in the middle of the floor. Doesn't, like, slide. Like someone, like, took it off the fridge and slammed it on the floor almost.
Wow.
But it was so, like, deliberate that it wasn't, like, She didn't open up the door or anything. We were standing nowhere near the fridge. We were standing on the other side of the kitchen by the sink and the oven, and this thing.
And this is not the same friend or anything like that, right? Just
No.
This is years later, yeah. So it's almost like it attached to you or something, like. And it's weird. Like, do you have like night terrors and stuff? Because that's what Sam has. Like,
I have huge night
where
terrors. That there's a person, ghost, whatever you want to call them. They're always in a black shape, and it always looks like they're in the wind, standing at the foot of my butt, standing at the foot of our bed.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great, thank you.
I'm so sorry.
And then,
That's terrifying.
yeah, and I'm just like, go back to sleep. I think you're dreaming. You know.
But what's even
it's 2 a.m. Like, please.
So what's even weirder is so I have a grandfather that I was very attached to that passed away when I was. Well, I'm trying to make sure she hears me.
It's okay. I'm just saying.
But I had a grandfather that passed away when I was like 5, but I was super attached to him even at 5. And when he passed, they wouldn't even let me go to his funeral, his viewing, like nothing, because that's how attached I was to him. And he smoked pipe, like tobacco pipe, like cigar pipe or whatever. And when my oldest was born, when I was home on maternity leave, he was like 2 or 3 weeks old. I got a whiff of pipe smoke. Like, he walked past me.
Oh, that gives me chills. That's a. That's just. Go ahead.
And no one in my family smokes. Cody doesn't smoke.
Yeah, so it's
I
not
don't
like it was
smoke.
off of a
It's
shirt
not like
or
it was
anything.
off of a shirt or a blanket. We were just randomly sitting in a recliner. I think I was breastfeeding him, and it happened. And I get that smell probably 4 or 5 times a year, even in our new house. Like, we've moved 3 times since the oldest was born, and I still get that smell. And when my youngest was born, I smelt it in the hospital.
Oh my god. Yeah, no one's smoking in the hospital.
And I had a C-section, so I was in a surgical clean room.
Yeah.
And I got his
Well, and
smell.
I don't know if like the whole spirit thing. If there's, I think there's definitely a difference between good and bad ones. You know, but
Oh, there's definitely bad
Did you
ones.
feel like it was welcomed, like it was,
Oh.
like it was comforting?
Oh yes, like when I smell it, I text my mom, it's her dad. I text mom, and I said, Popeye was with me, or Papa was with me, because I have 2 different Popeye and Papa that were both pipe smokers, and so I don't know if it's one or the other, but I was close with both of them, because my great grandfather, I used to visit him at the nursing home, and he would have his pipe, and if I chew juicy fruit, which is odd. But if I smell juicy fruit or if I chew it, sometimes I will buy it at the Publix checkout and just chew it on the way home. It reminds me of being a little girl, and I remember everybody, and it's like they're all with me. It's like all of a sudden I get a big hug.
yeah.
It's it's interesting how our senses are so attached to memories and feelings and time frames.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the one, if you smell something like, oh my god, like I'll get a whiff of something that makes me think of like a specific CD.
Yeah.
When I was a child.
Yeah.
Like sitting in my sister's bedroom listening to the Pink CD for the first time.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that. It's so cool, and I'm so happy that you have those moments. That's amazing. It's so comforting to have, to know that does exist. But like also just as discomforting to know that the other shit exists.
Well, and that's the thing. That's like, where's the line and how do you stop it? But like, I have learned some stuff, a little thing. I'm not like this crazy witch lady, but I'm aspiring to be. So a couple things that I've learned like over the years is just, you tell it, like you don't get to be here. So you just have to be. Have you ever done that before? Have you ever told it like, this is my space?
This
Yeah.
is sacred to me, and you don't get to be here.
I can tell you this. I had a rough couple of years where I wasn't, I hate to say this out loud, mentally, like, capable of being cool, I guess, in a sense. And I remember I said, you have to leave. Like, this isn't me. You have to leave. Whatever this is not me. Because I knew who I was. Because I'm a very outgoing, cool, happy, fun person. And for a couple of years, I was not that. But I had a very toxic job. But I feel like the toxic job brought in the demon.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, so the Ouija board is it's just a board, right? It's just a piece of cardboard with a piece of wood or, plastic planchette. Like, it's really nothing special, but it's what you make it.
Okay.
So, like...
That's what I've always heard. Because it's not that the board has power, it's that you're inviting something in.
Yeah.
Yes, you're opening yourself up to... the possibilities of the other side coming through, and it's almost creating this portal,
right,
if you will.
Right.
And I think feelings and sensations and just awareness, human awareness is so strong that is something that we can conjure up. If our grief is loud enough, people die of broken hearts, right? Like, their grief is so much that they have heart failure or their heart gives out. I think that our emotions are so strong that it can cause a portal to open in some regard, and you could potentially invite unsavory friends over, if you will. So yeah, maybe you were going through such a tumultuous time. It sounds like at that point in your life that
it's almost
just so so raw.
It's like when there's a weakness, kind of like what you were saying about your dad and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost like the entities. That's when they come at your weakest point.
Yeah.
So
and doesn't help if you're curious, like you're curious, you want to know
what's
possible, and you're like, I'm okay if something happens.
And you're kind of cracking the door open a little bit, like, hey, what's going on here? But I want to say this because like we're not overly religious. I mean, we don't regularly go to church, but we both grew up in church household.
Grew up very strict.
So like I get that, and I personally like I pray and things like that. But I wanted to ask, have you ever, because you grew up kind of religious, did you ever pray and have something like that
or manifest,
make it go away?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when, oh God, how old was it, 16 maybe, 15? My family is kind of all over the map, but my grandparents live in Florida. So whenever we have like reunions, they all congregate there. My aunts are very, very religious Christians.
Right.
So, and my mom is like Christian-like, she believes in it and she prays and she goes to church, but my aunts go on like missions.
Yeah, there's like there's different levels to it for sure.
Yeah, different levels. Christian extreme.
Yeah.
And so, and I was having these ever since I Ouija board experience for years. I would have night terrors. My night terrors were fucking horrifying to the point where I couldn't sleep in my bedroom. In a very quick synopsis, the night terror was my family was always being threatened. There would be this horrible decaying girl, think like The Ring, but like waterlogged.
Yeah.
Like super waterlogged and like green, and her skin was kind of like sloughing off, and she would just kind of stand in my doorway and hold up this like bracelet with all my family's names on it, and one by one like the charms start dissolving and falling off and like disappearing, and they're like, yep, that person's dead and everyone's gonna die that you love. And I was like, great.
So this happened like a lot, like over and over again,
like every night staying in my bedroom.
Oh my God.
And like the way my bedroom was positioned, I had a full vanity and a full bathroom and a walk-in closet. It was a super dope bedroom for a teenager, but it sucked because something about the mirror, a lot of times this entity would come out of the mirror.
Yeah.
And I would be like in bed, like almost like I'm watching myself sleep in bed, not able to move, and this entity crawls out of my mirror and then hangs, like, just pretty much like hovers over me and is just saying all this horrible shit, wanting me to die, wanting my family to die, like, and then I can't, and this pressure gets on my chest and I can't wake up. And then I pull myself out of the dream finally, and I wake up and go sleep in my mom's room. I slept in my mom's room like most of my teenage life.
I mean, you felt like these were dreams, though. Like you weren't awake when it was happening.
It was hard to tell.
Yeah, like, well, that's sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
That's like a known thing where people experience like what they call sleep paralysis, where they feel like they can't move.
Well, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was gonna think about it. I don't think it was. It was like, I woke up, like, I would remember waking up, my eyes would open, but my heart would be fucking racing. And, like, I still couldn't get up. Like, I wasn't.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, they say, like, everyone says you can't get up. Like, and there's something happening, and you're like, and they don't, people don't know if it's because you're in a dream state, because when you dream, your body kind of goes, you're in like a hibernation mode when you're asleep.
Have you
So you're at an in-between level between like sleeping and awake, but it's like your brain is trying to fight for survival, but you can't turn it off.
So I know you're saying you have like sleep paralysis where like you can't move. Mm-hmm. But have you ever experienced like sleepwalking?
Yeah. When I was a kid, when my father was still alive, when I was probably like maybe 6 or 7, something like that. Sleepwalking into the bathtub, turning on the bathtub, and sitting in the bed, and waking up in a bathtub full of water.
Yeah. See, Sam sleepwalks a lot.
I sleepwalk so much. I sleepwalked so hard. 6 months ago, I ran my head into our shower door and gave myself a concussion and a huge bruise on my forehead.
Yeah, I just woke up to like a loud thud, and then her going like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "What's happening?" Like in the middle of the night. She's like, "Nothing."
But don't worry, I still went and worked out, and when I came home, I was like, "I don't know what I just did."
Yeah,
I fully concussed myself.
Yeah, it sounds like. But she ran into it's like a tile like entry into the shower that you walk into, and she just walked into it full speed and smacked her head on it.
And when I was pregnant with our first, I was found in the pantry eating peanut butter.
Yeah, just asleep.
You know what? Fantastic midnight snack. Love that.
So I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing.
See, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you're still crazy, but that's okay. I mean,
I'm a little bit crazy, but that's what makes it fun.
But that's the only thing. Like I could say, anytime. Like I've even woken up from like a bad dream, and like I said, we're not overly religious, but I've said a prayer and just like asked for like protection, and it calmed. I don't know if it's like heavenly power or if it's just but I feel calm and I'm able to go back to sleep, because I've had some nightmares before where I'm like, oh my, I'm never going back to sleep.
Wait.
And I've said a prayer, and then you're like, and it calms me down for so whether.
And it's the same thought process though about opening portals because of your grief, because of your pain. It's the same thought process of, whether you do believe in something or not, you believe in something to the point of, I'm banishing this thing from me.
Well, with the stuff you've seen, I would be taking baths in holy water every night and trying to shake off whatever you've got going on. I mean, is this still like? But like, I mean, I know you said like pretty like some of that stuff was when you were a teenager, but like still recently. I mean, or is it lessened since you've gotten older? Would you say?
So back to my religious aunts, because of them, I think my life kind of evened out a little bit. So from like, I don't know, the time I did the Ouija board to my middle school friends to when I was about, I think I said like 15, 16 maybe, when I went to Florida for that family reunion, and I met all my aunts, and all that time before then, since then, I've been having night terrors and just horrific, like It's like something like formed its body like next to me one night.
Yeah.
And it was really fucking creepy. And like that was like the most physical it had ever gotten with me.
But it's like it's escalating almost.
Yeah, to the point of like I couldn't go in my room. I couldn't look in myself in the mirror. I had to put a curtain up in front of my mirror. I wouldn't go into my room by myself. I felt like I was, like there was something physically blocking me. So, fast forward, I'm at the reunion. My aunt and my mom's kind of like, my mom's going through this with me. I mean, I'm not going to my fucking room. So, like, it's a problem. So we get to the family reunion. She explains everything that happened to my aunts, and my aunts are like, we need to pray with this girl right now. So, like, they do a literal prayer circle, and they kind of they go through these series of prayers, and I felt like this weight. It got very emotional, this weight on my chest, and then it got really light. Again, I'm just kind of getting like chills thinking about it. And so ever since then, things I kind of deepened out from over the years, and like things would happen here and there, and I genuinely believe I'm just more aware of it and into it, because of everything I've already experienced. But I do realize when I don't want to pay attention to it, when I don't want to acknowledge it, when I tell it to essentially fuck off, whatever the weird feeling is, it does go away.
Yeah.
And it is that's kind of like my way of praying, and like I value myself too much to let you harm me in any way.
Yeah.
So,
it's almost like the prayer, maybe it closed the door finally.
Too, like I'll reach out to my dad and my dad, very tumultuous relationship there. And then my stepfather also recently passed. So sometimes if I'm in a situation where I'm feeling uncomfortable again, or I feel like there is a presence, because I get that every now and again, just kind of lurking around the corner, like something's there, but I'm going to reach out to my father and tell him to like fuck off. So like I will say, hey dad.
Yeah, I mean that's the like that's the whole thing. It's like I've heard this so many times though, like, and it's like reading different ghost stories and listening to podcasts and stuff like that. But like people say that, like, because you got to think if there's bad entities, then it makes sense that there's probably some good entities too that maybe can help you.
Energy.
Yeah.
It's energy, and who knows like what the stage is. Because I really think that it's like levels of existence once you get to that other side.
Yeah.
Not being able to move on to certain planes of existence. Because of your emotional attachment and how much anger you left the world with. So I do think that there is levels of like how close some entities are to us versus the ones who have moved on and are more rested, and have the ability to help us out when we're calling to them because they can still hear us. I don't know. That's kind of just like my visual of what's going on the other side.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead. What?
So you mentioned you're married or you have a significant other.
Yes.
Have you guys ever had the same dream?
When do you think of? I'm weird. Yeah. He says yes. I can't recall. My memory is absolute shit. I'm sorry. But he says yes.
So Cody and I have had the same dream on the same night.
Multiple times.
And our dreams don't cross. Like, he's not in my dream and I'm not in his, but we have the same dream about the same action that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, can you like? To what degree? Like, where?
Like we're both going through the same dream.
It was almost like a 1886, like very like a very old timey. Like I was in like a white, not a dress, like the undergarments kind of dream, like riding up on a horse, and he was on a horse, and there was a headless horseman, like. And we never watched the movie, by the way. Like, we never watched The Headless Horseman. Like, that was never a thing. But we had a dream where we were, like, in that situation. But we've had it multiple times.
That is so interesting, and I wonder if do you believe in like past lives?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Like actual soulmates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I believe 100%. I'm a fucking Viking. 100%. I believe I'm a Viking. I'm a. What's your name from the movie?
You talking about the show?
The show.
Lagatha.
Lagatha. I believe I'm Lagatha from Vikings.
That is so cool. I love that so much. And if you feel like it's like that's in your heart. If your heart like flutters when you think like that, I think that's true. Your heart knows.
I think
your spirit knows.
I think reincarnation is a thing, but I think sometimes like when you have dreams like that, it can be pulling something from the past, from another life. Because we always joke around because I have like Native American background. Like my grandmother's was like a quarter Cherokee, so I mean it's diluted at this point, but
my friends, not to cut you off,
no,
it's interesting tie. My friends with the Ouija board and haunted house and all that shit, same. They are also
Well, no, Ohio,
So it's just interesting that maybe your ancestors are more connected to the spiritual side, obviously, and that kind of is passed down in your lineage.
My ancestors are Syrian.
Yeah. But Syrians, I mean, like that's an old, like old world, type stuff too. So I mean, everyone came from some point way back, but
I think there's too many of us, and it would be insane to think that our souls aren't like recycled.
Yeah.
So,
that's
a lot
for sure.
A lot of people a lot of people say it's like an energy, that once you die, you just become energy or whatever,
for someone else to accept,
and then you go into another body or a vessel or whatever it may be.
I feel like our gang has already accepted my energy.
Yeah. Your energy is a lot to deal with.
He's a hell on wheels.
I feel like I have an unreasonable fear of fire, like to the point where kind of like Frankenstein, fire bad. Frankenstein's monster. Sorry, to be specific.
No.
Kind of like, it makes me so uncomfortable, the thought of a fire. I feel like maybe I died in a fire point in my life. I have no reason. Nothing has ever happened with a fire, but like, I'm overly sensitive, overly cautious, and the thought of cooking with oil makes me like.
I totally get that.
Yeah, because Sam, like we've talked about like stuff. We talk about so much on this podcast. We're kind of all over the place, but that's kind of like we're always into stuff like this, like something we had kind of talked about, and I was going to talk about it this week.
Well, shit, I'm starting to think that my spirit has been drowned in the ocean and has fallen out of the air because I don't like.
She has a fear of being underwater.
I have a fear of being underwater,
and she can swim.
And I have a fear of being in an airplane.
Yeah.
Extremely valid. I feel.
Oh shit! I'm like 4 times reincarnated.
But I've talked about this before on the podcast, but like there's the whole like I've seen a lot of stuff on like Instagram and TikTok lately, and it's about how people used to sleep in like sleeping cycles, so they would sleep for like 4 hours.
That's my other problem.
We literally just watched that. I feel like the same video. I don't know. Was it like stick people?
Well, no, I didn't see that, but I mean we've talked about it before.
It's been popping up on our YouTube quite a bit.
But you sleep for 4 hours, then people would wake up for 2, and then wake up for 4. I wake up, and I always thought it was like something like demonic related, but I wake up at 3 o'clock constantly.
That is the witching hour.
I wake up, if I'm scared, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm scared to look at the phone because I know if I roll over, it's going to say 3:06 or 2:58 or 2.
The same fear.
And I know at that point I won't go back to sleep because every time I do it, I go, why is it always 3 o'clock?
Okay.
Why?
So now I'm having a lot of fun with her. I can go to bed at 9 p.m. and I'm awake at 1 a.m. I don't fall back asleep until 4.
But see, that's the whole 4-hour thing. That's the whole 4-hour cycle.
That's literally my cycle, and my doctor
is primitive, man. You know?
My doctor cannot figure it out, and I refuse to go on Ambien because I already sleepwalk and I already have night terrors. So I don't want to go on that.
Did you show him that video? Maybe that would explain it. I don't know.
Well,
maybe like, oh my god.
Well,
maybe we should take a video of me waking up with night terrors.
Definitely take the video to your doctor and show it to them. It's not crazy.
So that was what sparked it this week when I saw that. Because I go to sleep about 11. Like Sam goes to bed earlier and I sit up and watch TV. So I go to sleep about 11, but I'll wake up at 3 and I can sit up and feel like I'm never going back to sleep, and I'll literally fall asleep 2 hours later.
And snores like a pig.
And then I'll sleep and then I got to get up for work. But I'll fall asleep at like 5 and sleep till like 6:30 or 7 when like the alarm clock goes off. But I was thinking, I was like, that's why I do it. And maybe it's not the whole witching hour, like ghost entity stuff, but I feel like there's still something to that because.
Well, but like I always talk about how, like you're always like, how did you get up and go do what you did in the morning? Yeah. Like I only probably get a solid 4, maybe 5 hours of sleep at night, and then I get up and go work out for an hour.
Yeah.
At 5 a.m.
I love you. That's amazing.
Well, let me.
I'm sorry, I've been holding it. I don't want to interrupt it.
That was a burp. Wow. Well,
I didn't know that was a burp or the demons releasing.
No, that was there. Sam burps. That's another thing on the podcast. For some reason, people like the burps when we drink beer. Sam burps all the time.
I've been.
It's a fan favorite for some reason.
I've been holding in my burps. But I will say, like I remember doing the Ouija board.
Yeah.
And now it all makes sense why I have.
Because you never closed it out.
I didn't. So we need to go buy a Ouija board and close it out.
I'm not getting it. We're not getting a Ouija board. So no.
Does that work? Like, does it cancel it out? You know
I don't.
like,
then you're just opening a doorway or whatever.
If it's a new Ouija board, does it cancel it out, or do I have to go find the old one? Because I don't know where I can find
do you remember?
That's another thing. Just really creepy. Like, she had gotten rid of this Ouija board a couple times, and it kept reappearing in like the toy room.
Stop!
Oh my God! Oh shit!
So Sam bought.
Actually, go ahead. Sorry.
She bought for Halloween decorations. She decorates our house like crazy for Halloween. Sam bought a doormat that looked like a Ouija board for our front door. So it went right outside of our. Wait, stop! It went right outside of our front door, and I was like, I don't know if I want that like at the front of our house, like where we come in and stuff. And we got rid of it. I was like, I don't want this here.
We don't even use our front door.
But it's still like the opening of your house.
Oh, but I also made the arc of the devil's entrance.
Yeah, you're like, she decorated like this table with all this like skulls and stuff, and I'm like, I feel like this is all real negative. I don't like it.
That's my vibe, man.
It's like it had black lights and skulls and like candles. It looked like a witch's table. I was like, sweetie, I don't know. This is dark.
Hey, wait. Listen, Linda. Okay, I'm not a PK type of Halloween decoration. Okay. I'm more of a PG-13, maybe rated R type of Halloween decoration.
All right. Well,
I won't put out the Ouija board.
Understated is my favorite.
Well, Catherine may need to go. I feel like we've taken enough of your time, so I don't want to keep you. But I had a blast talking to you.
But I can, I'll like message you guys with the next story.
Oh,
you have another story?
Yeah.
If you
like even creepier, and I might get my friend to like help me remember some details.
Great.
It was fucking wild.
If you have them come over or whatever, we can do it next week or the week after or something. Okay.
Well, I'll keep in touch.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. I really appreciate you coming on. It was awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Fun fact, that was my first time posting on Reddit.
Great. Yeah.
And I got this crazy reaction to that story, and then you guys hit me up, and I was like, sure.
Yeah.
I've never done that before, but all right.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you so much for reaching out. That was really cool.
Like I said,
love it.
Not a big podcast by any means, but we have fun doing it. We do this on Friday nights, so we have a blast doing it, just hanging out, and doing this and talking about stuff. But I would love to have more people on or do more stories and stuff like this because I think it's interesting.
Cody didn't have to do research for a topic.
So
Yeah, if you got any other friends, we could hear their stuff too. Yeah. So definitely pass their stuff along.
absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. That's pretty cool, right?
I'm going to say, if you have a teenage girl, don't let her do the Ouija board.
No Ouija boards.
No Ouija board.
I heard this.
Oh my God.
The confessionals.
Can I go get another beer?
I got one right here. We're gonna we'll wrap this up here in a second. But the confessionals podcast is one that I listen to, and he's gotten away from it now. He's kind of trying to turn into more Rogan, where they're interviewing people, and he has like way too much going on. But he used to do like ghost stories, Dogman, werewolf, stuff like that, and all these ghost stories, like so many of them started with a damn Ouija board. And I would go, oh, here it comes. I'd be listening to it. I'm like, here it comes. Here comes the ghost story. Like, and it was like it would open a portal, he would say, how many times have we said like don't open the Ouija board portal or whatever it was, And I'm
gonna do a PSA tomorrow. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it on TikTok. I'm gonna post it on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm gonna post it on Facebook. Motherfuckers, do not let your daughters do a Ouija board. Now it makes sense why I'm so fucked up.
It's not good. I never did it, thank God.
See, I said this while we were talking to her.
Yeah.
There are girls, the bad girls, that did the
I don't think it's
board.
bad girls. Like
No.
girls in general, girls do this. It's like even guys
not.
did
It's
it. Like,
not.
but it's more of a girls. It's definitely a girl sleepover.
No,
thing.
but there are wholesome girls that don't do this.
Well, like really religious people typically.
And they don't have, I'm going to go and say it, they don't have the anxiety that some of us have. They don't have
maybe that's where it starts.
the issues that we all have.
Maybe
it really is. I'm starting to pit A
Okay.
to B to C to D here.
Maybe there should be a poll, or we never have any comments other than people asking Sam to burp.
And
But I would
didn't
be
burp
curious
tonight.
to know if in the comments if you've ever played with a Ouija board.
And do you
as a kid.
do you have nightmares?
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's someone watching you?
Because it's
Suspicious.
a little bit suspicious.
Because
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
he does never see the person that's standing over our bed. Ever. I see it.
Okay. Well, it's okay. I don't want you to go to a dark place. Everything's
going
fun.
to a dark
Everything's fun.
place.
Everything's fun.
You
Good
wanna
things. Good vibes.
Can
good
we
vibes.
go get a board so I can tell them to leave me?
No.
I have to tell
I'm
them
not
to leave
doing
me.
it. No.
I have to tell them to leave me.
Pray to God.
I
and
have
ask
prayed to
for
God.
protection and get the evil spirits away from.
I have prayed and prayed.
I'm not opening my door to close your door.
There are
Okay.
3 freaking Bibles by my bedside. I have prayed.
Okay. Well, I'm not opening my
Enough.
door to close your door. I'm sorry. You're on this road alone. Maybe you should get a crucifix necklace.
Hey, Chris, I have one.
You should wear it all the time.
Like
The shit y'all are going
like the
through.
one you take to chapel and pray with, like one of
No,
those.
like a crucifix. That's rosary beads. I'm talking about like just a cross necklace. Maybe you should.
I
get
have
one
a cross.
Do you wear it? Maybe you should sleep with it on.
When it fits the outfit.
Well, maybe you should sleep with it on. Get a little bit more
Well,
faith.
I don't have
maybe
a real
little
one.
bit more
That
faith.
one,
will
the
keep it
one I
away.
have is from Shein, so it's not
Do you
real.
want me to buy you a nice one? I could buy you like a nice one if you want.
Buy me a nice one. I'll sleep with it.
Yeah, you could like just a little gold, like crucifix necklace,
I will do
or
anything.
just a cross. Doesn't have to be like the
I will do anything to get rid of my nightmares.
All right, well, hey, let's give that a shot. Well, let's do this. I'm hoping we can talk to Catherine again, or if she's got some friends, or if you guys have friends that have ghost stories, Bigfoot, even alien stories. I love an alien story. I'll talk about whatever.
I'm not gonna lie. After listening to her, I feel a little bit normal.
She's been through it. It sounds like Jesus.
She's been through it, but I feel a bit normal about my.
Oh, because you have them too. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because I have them too. It's not like I'm crazy, like you always think I am.
I don't think you're crazy. I've always just been like, you're just dreaming. But
now you understand.
But I've listened to enough podcasts where I'm like, well, she might not be dreaming. But I don't want to say that to you. So.
Oh, you don't want to give me the credit?
I just don't want to freak you out. But.
Oh, you're not gonna freak me out. I know I'm dreaming about it. I know it's happening.
Or it's really happening, and you feel like you're dreaming. Either way. But we'll get you a crucifix necklace, and
just get
if you have a story or about whatever, anything supernatural or alien related, Bigfoot, whatever, like I said, Dogman, ghosts, anything. Probably
Tell us about
the easiest way, I don't think you can't DM on YouTube, but I think you can on TikTok. So
just
find us on TikTok, and you can send us a message, and then I'll get in touch with you, and we'll figure out
a way to get in touch with you.
Okay. All right. Well, we will see you guys next week. Later.
No one drink that beer.
No, that's gross beer.